Have you ever stopped to think about what happens from the very first idea to the moment you tighten the laces of a brand new pair of Adidas sneakers? In the next few minutes, we will travel through biomechanics laboratories, robotized plants, and state-of-the-art logistics centers to discover how the brand turns recycled polymers and athlete data into footwear that combines performance, style, and environmental responsibility. Each year, Adidas easily exceeds 400 million pairs of sports shoes distributed in more than 160 countries, and that staggering figure is sustained by a value chain that combines materials, science, process engineering, smart logistics, and a sustainability philosophy anchored in measurable goals. Everything begins long before a sheet of technical fabric touches the laser blade. Industrial designers, mechanical engineers, biomechanists, and data science experts meet to analyze stride patterns, ankle torsion, energy return, and plantar pressure maps obtained from elite athletes and everyday users. With this information, they feed three-dimensional models which, thanks to multiphysics simulation algorithms, allow them to predict the behavior of each silhouette under different scenarios, from an explosive sprint on a synthetic track to an urban walk under persistent rain, without wasting a single gram of material on premature physical prototypes. At the same time, trend teams monitor socio-cultural changes to decide on color palettes, artist collaborations, or nostalgic reinterpretations that connect with local communities, all without contaminating the brand narrative with regionalisms. The rule is to speak the universal language of performance. One of the technological foundations that defines Adidas's modern identity is Boost Foam, composed of thousands of expanded thermoplastic capsules that act as microsprings. Its development involved years of cooperation with chemists specializing in next-generation polymers, accelerated tests in climate chambers, capable of simulating everything from the humid heat of Southeast Asia to the icy dryness of a winter-high plateau, and countless iterations in which resilience and elastic memory were calibrated to the micrometer. That same rigor extends to the search for raw materials. More than half of the fabrics, reinforcements, and laces come from recycled or renewable sources. The alliance with Parley for the oceans, for example, transforms plastic waste extracted from marine ecosystems into high-performance yarns, later integrated into models such as Ultraboost or Terex without compromising lightness or ventilation. Each batch of yarn undergoes infrared spectrometry to validate purity and tensile tests, to ensure it can withstand tens of thousands of flex cycles without cracks. When the rolls of technical fabric arrive at the cutting centers, strategically distributed in Asia, Europe, and the Americas to reduce transit times and CO2 emissions, they first enter an RFID registration system that certifies origin, lot, and fiber composition. They are then spread over vacuum tables that eliminate folds and tensions before robotic arms, equipped with carbide blades and high-precision CO2 lasers, optimize the layout using nesting algorithms capable of utilizing up to 99% of the material. The resulting panels are automatically labeled and move on to thermofusion stations where heat-activated polyurethane tapes replace conventional seams. This sealing creates flat joints, reduces unnecessary grams, and prevents internal friction points. Pieces requiring stitching move to multi-axial machines that can change stitch angle in milliseconds, ensuring uniformity even in sharp curves. Specialized operators, trained to detect anomalies still beyond artificial vision, check thread tension, alignment of reflective logos, and the perfect match of graphic patterns. Meanwhile, a climate control system with HEPA filters and particle meters maintains an ISO 8 class environment, essential for water-based adhesives, far more sustainable than traditional organic solvents to cure with the required consistency. Temperature and humidity sensors regulate the drying cycle, while active carbon extractors capture residual volatile compounds, ensuring a safe and environmentally friendly work environment. Midsole assembly demands near-surgical precision. First, collaborative robots with adjustable pressure grippers handle the still-hot Boost Foam, freshly formed from thousands of expanded thermoplastic capsules. These units transfer the material into aluminum molds cooled with glycol circuits so that the cellular structure cools evenly and retains its original elasticity. After tempering, each midsole passes through laser sensors that verify its density and critical geometries. Only pieces that meet micron tolerances proceed. For the last mile, the company integrates electric fleets, hydrogen trucks, or biogas-powered vehicles, depending on the regional availability of clean fuels. Each pair of sneakers carries a QR code and an RFID tag. These identifiers link to a traceability platform that updates the product's location and status in real time, giving the company inventory control and consumers transparent access to the supply chain from the manufacturing plant to the point of sale. Once in store, displays combine digital signage detailing CO2 reduction, recycled content, and obtain certifications with visual narratives highlighting the positive social impact of community programs and ocean cleanup initiatives. When the customer finally unties the laces and feels underfoot the elastic cushioning propelling them forward, they don't immediately see the colossal interdisciplinary machinery that made that sensation possible. However, every stitch and every foam bubble encapsulate hours of research, supplier audits, quality protocols, and ethical commitments that transcend mere aesthetics. Thus, a product that began as a set of biometric data and polymer pellets becomes a cultural symbol accompanying races, matches, tourist walks, and expressions of urban style around the world. And all of this converges on the original mission Adolf Dassler established nearly a century ago, to improve people's performance through innovation, now enriched with the responsibility to protect the resources that make it possible to keep running toward the future. Next, a layer of primer is applied to the heel and forefoot before attaching the outsole, made from synthetic rubber reinforced with nitrile and silica, compounds that improve traction on dry and wet surfaces and extend tread life. Meanwhile, the upper, knitted using Primeknit technology for a sock-like fit, incorporates 3D printed TPU reinforcements and strategically placed memory foam panels in impact zones. This structure is placed on robotic lasts, replicating human anatomy with integrated pressure sensors, ensuring a uniform fit without compression points. Motorized arms then apply cold adhesives in software-optimized patterns, ensuring the exact amount for a strong yet light bond, while artificial vision cameras detect any excess or shortage. Constant pressure is applied for a critical 6 to 8 seconds, and finally, a rapid curing tunnel with infrared light activates the adhesive's cross-linking agents, consolidating a durable bond capable of withstanding thousands of flex cycles without degradation. Once construction is complete, each pair undergoes a rigorous verification circuit, combining automated mechanical tests, chemical evaluations, and real-world human assessments. The process begins with flex benches simulating over 120,000 bends at different angles to detect microcracks in the midsole, continues in abrasive drums where the outsole faces aluminum oxide sheets to measure millimeter-level tread loss after virtual kilometers of wear, and proceeds to torsion platforms applying rotational forces to ensure lateral stability during sudden direction changes. Once past this battery, the shoes go into climate chambers capable of alternating between -20 degrees Celsius and 55 degrees Celsius, with relative humidity from 10% to 95%, recreating everything from a Scandinavian winter to a tropical summer to verify that adhesives, foams, and fabrics maintain integrity and elastic response. Meanwhile, infrared spectrometers and chromatographs confirm that released volatile organic compounds are below regulatory limits, and low-energy X-rays track possible internal voids in the boost foam. Simultaneously, the footwear is assigned to professional and amateur athletes from various disciplines. Long-distance runners, basketball guards, soccer wingers, and recreational enthusiasts receive prototypes tagged with NFC chips, recording kilometers, impacts, and external temperatures. Their subjective impressions on fit, energy return, and propulsion feel are collected through digital surveys linked to a central database. This feedback is cross-referenced with objective metrics captured by plantar pressure sensors and accelerometers embedded in test insoles. A machine learning algorithm filters trends, identifies areas for improvement, and sends reports to product engineers on bi-weekly cycles, shortening the time between conception, iteration, and commercial launch. Meanwhile, the customization division keeps the Adidas platform active, where any user can select color combinations, lace types, heat-printed internal messages, or even request a 3D printed arch based on their own foot scan. Thanks to flexible manufacturing systems, robotic cells reroute individualized orders without interrupting the main flow, and a cloud-replicated database architecture synchronizes in real-time orders, material inventory, and available production windows, ensuring that mass customization coexists with industrial efficiency. Sustainability permeates the process from start to finish and is treated as an interconnected system, not a series of isolated gestures. In the assembly phase, water-based adhesives, free of volatile organic solvents, drastically reduce emissions of compounds harmful to the ozone layer and improve plant air quality. Curing ovens, in turn, are programmed to draw electricity from solar farms, wind turbines, or biogas cogeneration when the local grid provides these resources. Smart sensors reconfigure the thermal curve to consume only the essential energy and recover residual heat that would otherwise be lost. Water used in dyeing and cleaning goes to membrane bioreactors, where bacterial consortia degrade dyes, surfactants, and microplastics before the effluent is returned to the water system or reused in closed loops. At the packaging level, cardboard certified by the Forest Stewardship Council, FSC, from responsibly managed forests is used. Boxes are printed with soy-based inks, easier to de-ink in later recycling stages, and with lower heavy metal content. Logistics are also optimized under carbon footprint criteria. Approximately 80% of global volume is transported by sea in high-density containers that maximize cubic occupancy and reduce empty return trips. In ports with advanced infrastructure, electric cranes powered by renewable grids replace conventional diesel equipment.